Alara was a child of the coast. She was born with the tang of salt on her lips and the rhythm of the waves in her heart. Her small town, nestled along the rugged coastline, was her haven. The crashing waves, the cries of gulls, the scent of brine, these were the elements that shaped her world. From her window she could see the sun rise over the endless expanse of water, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson. She'd spend hours on the shore collecting seashells, their smooth surfaces whispering tales of the deep. The ocean was more than just a backdrop to Alara's life. It was woven into the very fabric of her being. Alara's connection to the sea ran deep, a legacy passed down through generations of her family. Her grandfather, a weathered fisherman with eyes as blue as the ocean depths, had taught her the language of the tides. He'd regaled her with tales of mermaids and krakens, his voice booming like the ocean itself. The sea was their shared history, a bond that transcended words. Alara's childhood home was a testament to her family's connection to the sea. Seashells adorned every surface, their iridescent surfaces catching the light. Model ships, crafted by her grandfather's calloused hands, sat proudly on shelves. The air itself seemed to hum with the memories of generations past, their laughter and tears echoing through the rooms. Her grandmother, her silver hair always smelling faintly of salt, had taught her to bake bread, the warmth of the oven mirroring the sun-baked sand. She'd shared stories of storms weathered and loves lost, her voice a soothing balm against the crashing waves outside. The house, perched on a cliff overlooking the ocean, was a repository of their shared past. As Alara grew older, the sea became her confidant. She'd walk along the shore, the sand cool beneath her feet, whispering her hopes and dreams to the waves. The rhythmic ebb and flow of the tide mirrored the cadence of her own heart. The vastness of the ocean, its depths unknown, reflected the boundless possibilities that lay ahead. But fate, like the ever-changing tides, had other plans for Alara. A storm, fierce and unrelenting, swept through her life, leaving behind a trail of devastation. Her grandfather, lost at sea, became another tale whispered on the wind. The warmth of her grandmother's presence faded with the setting sun. Alara, left alone in the house by the sea, felt the weight of her loss like an anchor dragging her down. Years passed, each one leaving its mark on Alara's soul. The vibrancy of youth had given way to a quiet strength, her eyes reflecting the depths of her experiences. She found solace in the familiar rhythms of the sea, her grief a constant companion. She continued to live in her childhood home, the memories it held both a comfort and a source of bittersweet pain. One day, while walking along the shore, her gaze fell upon a bottle, half buried in the sand. Curiosity piqued. She picked it up, brushing away the grains that clung to its surface. Inside, a faded piece of parchment held the scrawled words of a man named Alistair. Intrigued, Alara felt a flicker of something long dormant within her. Alistair's words, carried by the whims of the sea, resonated deep within her soul. His voice, though silent, spoke to a part of her that had retreated into the shadows. It was as if the ocean itself, in its infinite wisdom, had delivered this message, a lifeline thrown across the vast expanse of loneliness. Driven by an inexplicable force, Alara penned a response, her words flowing onto the paper as effortlessly as the tide washing onto the shore. She wrote of her life by the sea, her love for the ocean, the quiet strength she had found in solitude. She slipped her letter into a bottle, entrusting it to the waves, a silent prayer escaping her lips. Their correspondence blossomed, each letter a precious treasure to be read and reread. Alara found herself eagerly anticipating the arrival of each message, her heart quickening at the sight of a familiar bottle bobbing in the waves. Alistair's words filled a void within her, reawakening emotions she thought were lost forever. Through their letters, a love story began to unfold, as boundless and mysterious as the ocean itself. Alistair, a sailor with a restless soul, and Alara, the woman tethered to the sea, found solace and connection in their shared love for the ocean and their growing affection for one another.